popular thing bad? Since the dawn of time, video game developers have had one goal: make good game. But what happens if game too good? And game gets popular to the point where admitting you play it is like admitting you eat Tupperware for fun. When something gets too popular, it can really affect how it's viewed by the public. Now, the term too popular is very much a subjective statement, so I like to use what I call the name test. And that's simply, is it funny to say the name of it? For example, if I say Super Mario 64, there's not much of a reaction. However, if I say Among Us, now I'm not saying that popular games are bad, mostly, because I mean, they're popular for a reason, but too much popularity can mean that they're seen as a joke. The best way to describe this phenomenon is this little show you might have heard of. It's called Squid Game. Now, this may not be a game, but it is Squid, so that's something. Squid Game is one of the best shows on Netflix, and honestly one of the best shows I've ever seen. If somehow you don't know what it is, which kind of defeats the whole point of this video, so fuck you. Basically, a whole bunch of people struggling with debt get invited to the Squid Game, where they must compete in different games and be the last one standing to win 45.6 billion won. Except the twist is, if you die in the game, you die in real life. This series is filled with twists and constantly keeps you wanting to watch more, and when paired with some of the best acting I've ever seen, really makes this show perfect.
Hello.
And the story behind the making of this series is really impressive, and it's crazy how popular it became worldwide, considering how there were no particularly big names associated with it. The ideas and premise of this show is so interesting, and it really deserves to be as popular as it is. However, what the fuck is this? This series got so popular that it invaded every piece of media on the internet. Minecraft Squid Game, Fortnite Squid Game, Not Quite Squid Game, Mr. Beast Squid Game, and if you dared traverse the extremely controversial site known as Roblox during the last quarter of 2021,
this is somehow more scary.
all of this caused Squid Game to be seen as a joke by a large majority of the internet, which is a shame because it's so good. Please watch it. I promise it's not about square characters jumping across a circle for 15 minutes. Now, Squid Game is not the only victim of this, because this happened to another small indie game called Fortnite. Fortnite was a game made by Epic Games where you had to build a base and protect it from zombies. It had a pretty small following, but it was a really respectable game, and I'm sure it will continue to have a positive community. Right? Okay, guys, we need a new idea for our game. What are your thoughts? Well, you know, I think maybe if we just focus on what we have at the moment and improve the features the game currently has, then we can continue to grow the amount of content and appeal of the game. Keith, you are a fucking idiot and you're fired. Jimmy, what about you? Jimmy. Oh, hey, yeah, sorry, I was just playing this game called PUBG. Fortnite Battle Royale exploded, and it wasn't just a regular amount of popular. No, it was an irregular amount. This was the first time that I think literally everyone on Earth was playing the same game. While Battle Royale was a concept that had existed a long time before Fortnite, this is when it really took over. It was simple, last man standing wins, but Fortnite was different due to how accessible it was. The cartoony art style made it visually stand out from a lot of the bleak, realistic titles before it, and gameplay features such as building and breaking walls meant that every game was that much more interesting. In addition to this game had dances. These funny, awesome dances paired with the cartoony art style meant that this game was huge with kids. And obviously, as we know, if kid like thing is bad. Because of how huge this game became, it spread so fast. Wherever you went, it was Fortnite. YouTube was overrun with Fortnite clickbait free V-Buck giveaways. It was on the news, it was in movies, it was insane. Thank you. Consider subscribing for more jokes like this. With the huge amount of people playing and enjoying this game, there was another group called the Stop Having Fun crew. Basically, there was a lot of people who really didn't like that this game was popular and refused to play it because of how bad a lot of the content made about this game was, which is stupid, yeah, but I can't really blame them. What I can blame them for, though, is just how much these guys shit on anybody that enjoyed this game. It's okay to not like a game, obviously, but just constantly hating on anybody that's having fun just sounds so boring. Oh, and I almost forgot, there's another group I like to call the criminals. Fortnite had a huge scam problem where people promote things like free V-Bucks generator or free V-Bucks giveaway, and because of the age of the large majority of players, they'd work.
Free V-Bucks generator. This looks legit. Okay, so it looks like I have to click this man's muscled chest. My username is MewZe, and I play on Apple because you can do that. Okay, now if it says that I'm suspicious, I'm going to be really angry. When
a game becomes popular and a large amount of the audience is gullible children, sadly you're always going to get a bunch of people that abuse that for their own personal gain and create fake content. And unfortunately with Fortnite, those imposters stood out more than the genuine creators. You may notice that this is a very subtle segue into the next game. Among Us is freaking awesome. The story behind the huge rise in popularity of this game is really interesting to me, considering the game came out in 2018 and was pretty unknown until late 2020 when people just randomly started playing it and it took over the world. It's such a simple concept for a game, just find out who out of your friends is the big mean killer, which is why I think it became so popular. You didn't have to be good at games to enjoy this game. It was much more of a social experience, which I think is why it was so successful. The difference between Among Us and other extremely popular games is that this game wasn't really hated, it was more just kinda funny. Because of how popular Among Us was among, you guessed it, children, and how the characters were pretty much just glorified stick figures, there was so much weird content made from this game. Like, I'm not even gonna ask what this is. And the popularity got so bad that it was impossible to bring up Among Us seriously without the hysterical adjective sus, derived from suspicious, a cautious distrust of someone or something, to be used. Now, a secondary effect I've noticed from the Among Us virus is the arcade infestation. Ever since the stupid bean characters took over the world, my arcade experience has been ruined. Take a look at this. What do you notice in this image? Yep, that's right. There is no Luigi plushie in sight. Luigi has been killed, and the lime green Among Us will not suffice. F tier. Okay, speedrun for games that did not have as huge of an effect, but are still worth mentioning. Go. Minecraft. While obviously Minecraft was and still is insanely popular, the only thing that really came from this was around 2014 to 2017, where everybody decided that they hated Minecraft and that it was the worst game ever made because of the oh yeah, of course, nothing. This happens with a worrying amount of games that get popular, and I never really understand it. It'll get popular, people will like it, and as it continues to be popular, people will randomly start to hate it, and then eventually, when it's slightly less popular, everybody loves it again.
Five Nights at Freddy.
While Five Nights at Freddy's wasn't as popular as these other games, it still had a pretty similar effects. This game was very much a YouTuber game, because when jumpscare happened, the guy in the top left goes ah. But because this was one of the most popular horror games at the time, there was still a lot of people who disliked it for that reason. And just like Minecraft, as soon as it got a little less popular, everyone was just like, oh yeah, we love FNAF, we always loved FNAF. Yep, definitely, for sure. Pong. Ugh. You know how much I like Pong? 2 words. I don't. Like, what can you even do in this game? There's no skins, no battle pass, no nothing. And yet people eat this up like it's the greatest game ever made. And it doesn't even work. I keep dodging the bullets, but every time I do it, it just tells me I lost. Clearly the hitboxes or something are messed up, and the developers aren't updating it at all. Worst game of all time. Double F tier. So yeah, when stuff gets too popular, a lot of the time the good parts of it get ignored, and it turns into A, something to hate, or B, something to find funny. However, I think we can all agree that everybody loves mobile turn-based MMORPGs, which brings us to the sponsor of today's video.